What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dopamine Chasers RC. Today, we're going to be doing a short review on the MEUS Racing transmitter. It has an 8 model memory and it has 10 channels, and it's just 50 bucks. So let's get you back on the table and we'll check this thing out together. Okay, guys, so here's your little radio. We're going to start off, get your USB Type-C charging port. That'll charge your 18650 battery. You get an adjustable trigger. You can adjust your tension with that little screw there. And you can also adjust how wide this gap is with this little screw here. They're both 1.5 millimeter Allen keys. You also get the thumb drive on the wheel here. This is great for one-handed operation. I mean, it's not a big radio at all. You get a 3-position switch right there. You get a couple clickers, you get a couple scroll wheels, and then these are the rest of your other channels. So fire this thing up, long press the power button, and you're met with this screen. I mean, how can you beat that? For 50 bucks, you know, this is comparable looking anyway to like my Futaba radio. But you get all kinds of functionality here. You know, the screen indicates what you're doing with your different channels, you know, shows you actively what's going on with the radio. Yeah, you got your 3-position channel 4 there. And real quick, we'll go into the menu just to show you guys. All you do is you short click the scroll wheel down, and then you'll scroll through your different pages here, and you got all kinds of different settings that you can mess with. But when you go to select a model, you see there on the top, you know, it's on model 3. So we'll go to model 1 and it's selected. To get back to your main screen, all you do is short click the power button, and that'll bring you back to your main screen. You also have this if you scroll down on your scroll wheel, and that'll show you every channel that you can operate on this radio. So we're going to get a receiver thrown into a car, and I will say that the receiver that comes in the box, it's a 10-channel receiver. It's pretty big, and in my opinion, completely unnecessary for, you know, like really any RC car unless it's got crazy amounts of features. However, on the MEUS website, they do have multiple different receivers. So I ordered 2 of these little 4-channel receivers. That'll be more than enough for what I need to run. But you can see they got the little bind button on there. Then you go into your radio and click pairing, and it'll bind everything together. But this is way smaller than this. So this fits great in the car. So let's go get a car on the course, and we'll check the performance of this radio. And after that, we'll give you some final thoughts. Okay, everybody, we're here on the beginnings of a mini crawler course. This channel is called Dopamine Chasers RC, which means there is another member. He won't be in this video, but he and I are in the process of building a mini crawler course in the basement. And this is just the beginnings of it. So we'd like to make more videos on that. So in the future, wait for those. But for now, we're going to test out this MEUS transmitter on the TRX 4M. So let's check out the wheel speed here. And look at how slow you can get that to creep. That's pretty impressive for a cheap radio. But we're going to give this one-handed driving a shot. I will say I have noticed that the transmitter is a little laggy on my servo. I haven't had an issue with the ESC or anything, but the servo seems to be a bit laggy, and on my other transmitter I never experienced that. So I will say that is one downside so far. So I don't know if that's the receiver in the vehicle or if that's something wrong with the transmitter, you know, maybe some type of software issue. But I will say that I probably wouldn't put this transmitter to any kind of fast basher kind of vehicle, you know, it'll work just fine for a crawler. You know, you go slow enough, there's no reason that wouldn't work for this. But something that does 40 plus miles an hour, I don't know that I'd want lag in my servo, you know. I can only imagine what kind of mayhem that would cause. So, but we'll give this a shot on Dopamine Mountain over there. All right, here we are, Dopamine Mountain. See how this goes. I mean, I have lots of control with this transmitter. Much better one-handed operation than with my other transmitter that I was using. But that thing, you know, is your normal size transmitter. But I will say, this thumb thing on the steering wheel, it works really well. Not having any issues reaching it. I feel like I have plenty of control. Oh boy, there we go. Okay, so pros of the radio. Pro are, it's got a really small form factor. It has the really nice screen. It has a bunch of different settings that you can change that you're not going to get with your standard run-of-the-mill transmitters. So, you know, being that it's so small, that's exactly what I was looking for. I recently purchased an FMS FCX 18, and those little transmitter it comes with are just perfect for one-handed driving. And when I got the TRX 4M, I immediately wasn't a fan of that transmitter, which not many people are. So this was a choice, and I'm glad I made it because, like I said, I mean, for what you're getting out of the box for $50, you really can't beat it. But some of my cons on this thing are, one, that lag in the steering, that was bothersome. You know, I was really hoping I could add a couple more of my cars to this, but I have bashers, and I'm not going to put a car that does 40 miles an hour plus on it. I may try it just to see if I'm wrong, but I don't know. That twitch, the lag in the steering, that could have been, you know, maybe the receiver's messed up, or maybe it's something in the software. Who knows? But either way, the other con that I would say is the manual that comes with it. I didn't see anywhere where there was like a website link. You could see an in-depth manual, because what you get is just a small piece of paper. And I mean, there's not a lot of information on it that you can't even, it doesn't even tell you how to bind the radio or how to reverse your channels, which are minimum things that, you know, new people to the hobby need to know. And somebody that has been around the hobby for a while, they'll figure it out like I did. But if you guys want to have, if you want to have me do a tutorial on what I've figured out and how to run this thing and how to get it to bind and all those things, I will do that. Just please let me know down in the comments. But other than that, this thing was worth every penny. $50, you can't beat it. I will say it does come in black as well. And it also has a coach mode. So I would imagine that's a lot like the Spectrum Buddy box. That would be my guess. But if you have another one of these transmitters, you know, you can hand it off to your little one. If they're about to wreck your stuff, just press the trigger or take the steering, and it should take control from that other transmitter. So that's pretty cool. But again, for what this thing costs, it packs a punch. And in my opinion, it's worth it. If you can get past those little minor details, it's worth it. But until next time, guys, thanks again for watching the video. If you liked it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We would really appreciate it.